Hello everyone, welcome back or welcome to Astrology with Georgie. In this video, we are going to be taking a look at the upcoming full moon in Leo on the 12th of February. You may have been feeling the effects of this already. Often we can feel the effects of full moons starting the week before, and then it builds and builds and builds, and then the actual full moon is taking place on the 12th of February. I'm in the UK. This is happening exactly at 1:53 where I am. Obviously, you may need to adjust your time depending on which time zone you are in. Now, before we get into it, if you get some value from this video, please give it a thumbs up. Really helps the channel grow. Drop a comment. Let me know what is happening in your chart. How is this playing out for you? You may have experienced what this is going to mean for you already. And yeah, so drop me a comment. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any future content from me. And if you would like your own personal chart read, I do readings. Take a look at the information in on my page, and I will link my link tree in the description. So let's get into it. We're just going to talk about kind of the general attributes of the full moon itself, and then we're going to dive into the 12 signs. Make sure that you listen for your sun, your moon, and your rising sign. Sometimes you may find they all resonate. Sometimes you may find one resonates more than the other. It's always good to listen to all three. Your rising sign is going to be the most accurate. But as I said in my previous video, I personally have been finding my sun sign to be quite accurate recently. So it's, yeah, always listen to all three and just see if you can notice a pattern, see if you can notice yourself, if one resonates with you more than the other. But the rising sign is the most literal. So let's get into it. So a full moon is when the sun, which is in Aquarius right now, 24 degrees of Aquarius, is opposing. So the moon comes round, forms an opposition. The sun is illuminating the moon. The moon represents our emotions. So in kind of simple terms, a full moon is when our emotions are brought to the surface. This is why people act crazy on a full moon, because your emotions are coming out of you. Sometimes they can feel like they're coming out of nowhere. And as this is a full moon in Leo, we can feel ourselves being a little bit more dramatic, having a bit more flair in what we are doing. Now, moon in Leo, full moon in Leo, yes, it can be dramatic. And actually, if you're paying attention to the news, we could see some stories, especially around celebrities, because Leo is the sign of kind of regality and royals and people being in the limelight. So we can see stories around celebrities coming up because this full moon is squaring Uranus. We are going to see some expected things to do with celebrities coming into the news. For example, in fact, over the past week, I've been hearing a lot about, is it Gino D'Acampo? So that's an example of just a celebrity going through something that is making them more in the limelight. So he personally will have something going on in his chart, but we can always notice around Leo stuff, Leo full moons, eclipses, that kind of thing, celebrity things. Now, so this full moon is happening at 24 degrees. This full moon will be more relevant to you personally if you have anything around the 24 degree mark. So 23, 24, 25 degrees. You guys are going to be experiencing this kind of more of an obvious way. Now, a lot of the time, new moons and full moons, we don't necessarily, it can just be something small that happens. So it doesn't have to be anything really dramatic and a huge change in your life. It can just be some small thing. So don't always expect every new moon and every full moon there to be this huge, a full moon is a culmination, it's an ending, it's just a realization, or it's just a time where we're really, really busy. It doesn't have to be anything kind of catastrophic or anything huge change. It's not always about that, because it really depends on, and this is where your own personal chart comes in. Have you got any planets or angles around 24 degrees? Because then you will feel it more prominently. If you haven't, it might just be something small. So for example, I have Leo 4 houses from my sun, and I popped around my mum's this morning, and she was suddenly getting out all this all my school reports and things from when I was at school. It was really random, square to Uranus, unexpected, and it was happening in my 4th house. So I'm thinking, okay, is that the thing? Obviously, we're still a day out. I'm thinking, okay, so is information coming to light from the past, 4th house? So do you see what I mean? It's not going to be, it doesn't always have to be something really, really horrendous. With the square to Uranus, we can see a lot of people saying dramatic full moon, crazy full moon. And yes, sometimes it can be, especially if you have certain placements in your chart that allow that. But it's just important to know that it's not always going to be really, really relevant to you. And I just wanted to make that point. So it simply is information coming to light, a realization, or a time of busyness. This is the busiest time of the month, the full moon. So you could just be feeling that you are really, really busy, whether it's socializing, doing things, whether you're busy with clients, whether you're busy at work. It can just feel like a busier time, or a time where you want to be more sociable, you're hanging out with people a little bit more, and you've got a little bit more energy because the moon is illuminated. Yes, it can be a time of finishings, a time of change. Now, the full moon is happening in the third decan of Leo, and this decan is represented by the Seven of Wands tarot card, or in this case, the Seven of Fire. So I'm going to read you an affirmation connected to this decan of Leo. It's a Mars ruled decan, so it does kind of steer us towards having to defend ourselves or stick up for ourselves, or there's an element of fight about us. So I'm going to read the affirmation to you. It says, personal best, going the distance, perseverance, and nonconformity. I am unstoppable. My passion pushes obstacles aside as I engage in sustained effort. I know how to bend, but I don't compromise on what's most important to me. If others aren't happy with the course I am on, I don't have to let their concerns affect me. I release the temptation to resist challenges, and I trust that I can make things happen as I live life on my own terms. Inspired solutions present themselves. Now, what I find interesting about that is that the sun is in Aquarius right now, and both of these signs are being highlighted because the sun rules this full moon and the sun is over in Aquarius. So both your Aquarius and Leo axes are going to be highlighted, and these are signs that are very independent. Leo is independent, Aquarius is independent, and what it just said there about not conforming, that is so typical of Sun in Aquarius. It's not conforming to the norm. The square to Uranus is a sense of going your own way, doing your own thing, being rebellious in some way. But the moon in Leo is about creativity. It's about leadership. It's about tapping into our creative skills, feeling, being in the limelight more. So it can kind of suggest more things like, posting on social media more, wanting recognition, that those kind of feelings can come up. Feeling the need to be recognized for something can definitely come up under a Leo full moon. Feeling the need to be worshipped, or we're coming up to Valentine's Day. This is a great full moon for Valentine's Day because you want to, if you're all female watching this, you're going to want to be lavished, you're going to want to be romanced. It's also a really great time to go and have fun. An example of this, I've been away at the weekend with my partner. We went to Center Parcs and we had like 3 days of full-on activities, releasing what I can only describe as my inner child. Like, I felt like I was a big kid the whole weekend because you're doing, swimming and water slides and all these activities. And then I realized, I was like, oh, this is like a few days out of the full moon. This is such a Leo full moon thing to be doing. So it's all about having fun, releasing your inner child, stepping up into your leadership. If that applies to you, it might not, but if it does, definitely tap into your creativity and stand up to your leadership skills. But on a personal basis, we're going to be focusing on the Leo section of your chart, the Leo and Aquarius section, because obviously the sun is over in Aquarius. Now, we have got the square to Uranus, however you want to say it. Now, a square to Uranus is unexpected changes, sudden things happening, things coming up that you didn't see happening. But it can also be breakthroughs. Now, yes, a square is a tense aspect, but it doesn't always have to be something really awful happening. It can be something out of the blue, and it can be a surprise. But it doesn't have to be a bad surprise. Okay, so don't kind of get too bogged down in oh God, something awful is going to happen. Although on a collective level, sometimes squares to Uranus, we can see things. Uranus is in an earth sign, so it could be out in the world, earthquakes or fires, or things like that, because fire and earth are in a tense aspect. But on a personal level, it can just be some sort of change, some sort of breakthrough, a sudden ending, a sudden letting go of something is possible with the square to Uranus, because Uranus is like, I want to break free, I want to do my own thing, I want to go on my own. Leo can be dramatic, so you can experience people around you being dramatic if it's not yourself. So just something to know. Or you can just feel kind of playful under this full moon. I like the moon in Leo. I personally find it very playful, flirty, and fun. So have we got any other aspects? We've got loose trine to Chiron. So this can be about healing something. But those are kind of the main aspects that I want to speak on. Obviously, you know, in the background, we've also got, obviously, Mercury is conjunct the sun. Mercury has just been in a cazimi with the sun. So this is about light bulb moments, fresh ideas, new information coming to light, really kind of starting a cycle of Mercury. Mercury's basically had a refresh of being in the heart of the sun, and it's kind of ready to go again. And in the sign of Aquarius, it's like inventive ideas, new ideas. So with this full moon happening and Mercury being here, there's an element of information, innovation, technology being involved, but for a lot of you, it can just be fresh ideas or information coming to you as being part of this full moon story. So I think I'm going to start by running through the signs. Now, remember to listen to it for your sun, your moon, and your rising sign. And as always, we will start with Aries as the first sign, being the first sign of the zodiac, and we will move round to Pisces. And I will pull a tarot card at the end of each sign just to give you guys a little bit more context. So Aries, sun, moon, rising, you guys are experiencing this full moon in Leo in your 5th house of children, creativity. This is your house of your fun, your joy, romance, dating, love life. It's about what you're creating and what you're doing. This is the house where you express yourself. So you guys in particular, under this full moon, bearing in mind this sign trines you. This is a fellow fire sign. So generally Leo energy gets on well with Aries because you're both fire. So under this full moon, you could be feeling really flirty. You could be feeling really playful. You could be having you could be going somewhere with a romantic partner. You could be going on a date. With the square to Uranus, it can be something unexpected. Maybe a romantic partner is going to surprise you. Maybe you're going to start a new hobby that's out of the blue. Maybe you're going to quit a new hobby. Maybe some information is coming to you about romantic partner. Maybe you and a romantic partner are traveling somewhere or having a conversation, but it's going to be something unexpected. Maybe you're having a conversation about maybe this conversation is about children. Maybe you have an unexpected pregnancy. Maybe you are suddenly putting something out there into the world that you're creating. You know, this is the house of creativity. Are you working on any creative projects? This can be a time when you're suddenly releasing them. Suddenly being the operative word because of the square to Uranus. Suddenly releasing something and putting it out. You know, if you have your own business, for example, that would make sense. The sun is in your 11th house though, so it's highlighting, and with Mercury being here, an element of groups or goals or your friendships. So it can involve doing something with a friend or in a group, you know, doing some sort of group activity, traveling with a group, or just a conversation about your future goals with a partner. Where are we headed? Feeling dramatic, you know, it can be a dramatic conversation. You know, well, where is this going? Where is this relationship going? And the conversation is going to be a part of that with the element to Mercury here. The 5th house, it can be something in your child's life if you have children, something happening, an ending of something coming to light, some information coming to light about your child, something that you didn't see coming. It can be that you're having to pay something for a child with the square to Uranus in your 2nd house of finances, or conversations about, okay, well, what's this going to cost us? And it could be involving children if you have children, or if you're planning on having children, that can also come up in this house. But the main things for you guys are going to be what you're creating, what you're working on, love, romance, dating, and children. And you guys get the 10 of fire. Appropriate that we have a first fire card for a fire full moon. I'm going to read you the affirmation. So it says, burning away, releasing the excess, endings clear way for beginnings. Okay, endings, full moon, endings. I may be overcommitted and have taken on too many burdens. In this moment, I do the work of decluttering my life. All that I release will take new forms and serve the greater whole, but I no longer need to hold on to it simply because it once seemed to have value for me. I thank it for what it did for me, but say goodbye to the emotions, relationships, and situations that I realize do not belong in my life anymore. So for some of you, you are releasing a relationship. That's not going to be for all of you, but it's fine. That is suggesting that you are finishing up. You've got too much going on, whether it be you're dating too many people, you're getting rid of one, you've got too many projects, you're doing too many creative projects, you're getting rid of one. This card is suggesting that you are, like it says, decluttering something. So let me know. Let me know your thoughts on that, Aries, and I hope this is a great full moon for you, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, Taurus. Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. You guys are experiencing this full moon in your 4th house. This is your house of family, of home, living situation, the people that you live with, family members. This can show up in family members' lives. This is your inner emotions. This is your past, your ancestry, and memories. Okay, so if you watch the intro, you'll know I gave an example about this. Information around, that my mum was giving me around things from my school and my childhood, and memories coming up, and it was really random and unexpected. So it could be something simple as that. Now, for others, it obviously, depending on your own chart, this can be the realization of something about your home environment. It can be, maybe you're signing a contract because you're moving house. Maybe you're because the element of Mercury is about information, so it's contracts, paperworks. So signing something because you're moving, conversations about moving, conversations about your living environment. It can be something unexpected happening with a family member, maybe with a parent, something ending. Like I said, things to do with the past, so memories, photographs, and emotions coming up. But with the square to Uranus in your 1st house, it's going to be something out of the blue and something that is just kind of random. This is also the house of your inner emotions. So under this full moon, you can be feeling quite emotional about something. Leo is also the sign of fertility because it rules children. So some information about children and family can be coming up generally because it's a full moon in Leo, and it's on your 4th house of family. So conversations about expanding your family, information about expanding your family can come up under this full moon. So maybe you're having a breakthrough for some of you when it comes to expanding your family or expanding your home, or something to do with anything to do with like your home, your family, but information, paperwork, conversations, that kind of thing coming up. Your 10th house of your reputation, and your parents could be involved in this. So parents' reputation can be involved with this as well, with the Sun and Mercury in the 10th house. But generally it's going to be a change or some information coming up around family, home, living situation, past memories, that kind of thing. You guys actually get the Page of Air. So this air signs are about your mind and your thought process. The Page of Air, it says new ideas, a theory not yet proven, curiosity, and new focus. This calls for greater investigation as we've only scratched the surface. I don't really know. That's interesting. If I explore this way of thinking, what can I learn? So that's interesting. So even though it's a full moon, which generally is the ending of something, it's basically saying that you can explore something. So maybe you're having a realization about something to do with a family member or your home, or something coming from the past. And the Mercury Sun conjunction is you're thinking, or some new information is coming to light in how to move forward, or you release something, because obviously it's a full moon. Under full moons we tend to release. So let me know, Taurus, if that resonates and what you think that this is happening for you under this full moon, and I will see you in the next one. Gemini, sun, moon, and rising. You guys are having this full moon in Leo in your 3rd house. So Leo is a fire sign. It's sextiling you. So this is a familiar sign with you in general. And the 3rd house is to do with information. It's the information house. This is conversations, it's connections. This is one of the sociable houses, as in meeting up with friends, texting. This is social media. This is communicating on laptops, on phones, on tablets. Any kind of way that you communicate and you connect comes under the 3rd house. The 3rd house is also travel. So it's short distance trips. It's your transportation. So it's your car, it's your train, it's your bus, however you get around, your bike, whatever mode of transport you use comes under the 3rd house. This is also the house of your siblings and your relatives. And this is your mind. So this can be creative thinking. You can have a sudden light bulb moment. How you're thinking, your thought processes, your mindset, there can be elements of realizing something about how you're thinking, realizing something about how you're communicating with Mercury here. Contract, signing a contract, finishing a piece of writing, finishing a piece of creative writing, putting some creative writing out into the world. The square to Uranus is suggesting this is something that's happening unexpectedly or sudden. Maybe you're deciding to take a course and learn something. Maybe you're deciding to yeah, get into like poetry or some sort of form of creative writing. With Mercury and the Sun, for some of you, definitely it could be that you are deciding to learn something suddenly, or you're finishing a course, you're finishing something that you've been studying, whether it's a degree or a doctorate or a master's or any kind of course you've taken. You could be finishing it under this new moon. What did you start 6 months ago? Because that's going to also give you a bit more to this story. For some of you, it's going to be traveling. So you're going on a trip, you're going on an unexpected trip, an unplanned trip, something fun. Leo, moon in Leo, something fun, releasing your inner child, but there's an element of traveling somewhere, learning something, going on some sort of trip. It could be a realization about a sibling or a relative, some news coming to light, something unexpected for some of you is possible. Maybe your beliefs are changing, an unexpected change to your beliefs. Maybe you're having an astrology reading and that's changing your beliefs, because Mercury and the Sun in your ninth house is like new information around what you're thinking about, what you're learning, how you're expanding your mind, how you're thinking outside the box. Aquarius on the ninth house. This house is being highlighted as well as the third. So it can be definitely be a sense of a change in perspective under this full moon in Leo for you guys. Yeah, or something unexpected to the way that you're traveling. So a car breaks down, you're having to fix something, square to Uranus in Taurus money. You change in transportation, so having to get a lift because having to get a lift to work. Mercury rules your work because your car's broken down and your mode of transport's changing. That can also happen under a full moon in the third. So what's been going on over the past week? So 4 of water. Okay, you guys need to, okay, this is all about looking around you and being grateful for what you have. Maybe you're having a maybe you're thinking about things a lot under this full moon in your third, because this is a very this is mind activated. This house is naturally ruled by Gemini, so it can, which obviously is you, Gemini, but this house is a Gemini house, so maybe you're really thinking about things under this full moon. And with the Mercury, which actually Mercury is your chart ruler, forgot to add that, conjunct the Sun, maybe there's time of like you're really thinking about things. Now, 4 of water, we've got 4 of water, yes. So dreaming and introspection, contemplation, trusting in the abundance of opportunities. A lull in the action offers a chance for me to dream even bigger than before. Whatever plans turn out not to have come to fruition as expected, I feel secure knowing that even greater things may await me. The universe conspires on my behalf, and disappointment and sadness will wash through me if I simply let them flow. I trust that spirit has many ways of responding to my desires, and what I seek can take a variety of forms. I have faith in perfect timing and divine order. So if things haven't been going to plan, so say that you've been working on something or connecting or conversation hasn't quite gone to plan, you have to trust and have faith, ninth house, that things are always working out. So with the square to Uranus, maybe something unexpected has happened, your beliefs have changed, something shifted for some of you. You are being called towards having faith and trusting in the unknown, which is the Sun and Mercury in the ninth house piece. Let me know, Gemini, your thoughts on this. Does this resonate? What's happened over the past week? And good luck for the full moon, and I will see you in the next one. Hi, Cancers. So Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising. This full moon is happening in your second house of your income, your finances, what you're earning. This is your house of values, what's important to you, and your self-worth. So for most of you, this is going to be something probably financial. Have you had any changes happen over the past couple of days? Something might come to light tomorrow on the 12th. This is a realization or an ending or a change in your financial situation. So it can be a loss of a job for some of you possible, a change to your income. It could be an unexpected, it can be unexpected clients coming in, because this is also one of the money houses, the 11th house. So Uranus is squaring this. So it can be unexpected money coming in, or it can be unexpected money going out, or a change in your finances. There can be conversations with your partner, because the Sun is ruling this and it's in the 8th. So this is passive income or income from other people or joint resources. Conversations with your partner about their money, their financial situation could be affecting you, or changes to their financial situation is possible with this T-square going on with Uranus in Taurus and towards your goals. So I'm thinking like, what are your goals between you and another person? Financial goals. This is your investments, banking, taxes, anything to do with joint resources, but it's also like your passive income, a change to it, or discussions with Mercury here about the future, discussions about your future money goals. What are you working towards? A change in the groups that you're a part of, and how is that affecting your finances? Mercury is conversations, paperwork, contracts, sorting things out, trips on, discussions about trips that you're going, spending money on trips is involved with Mercury, because Mercury is travel. So things to do with your car or transportation is also possible, but there's an element of your money and your finances directly tied in with conversations and communications that you're having, something unexpected. So yeah, mainly for you it's going to be financial, something unexpected coming up. Doesn't necessarily have to be bad, it could just be something really small. It could also be, a realization around what is important to me. How do I like to have fun? What do I value? What do you guys value? What is important? And how do you like to express yourself, Moon in Leo? The second house is our values and our skills. So a realization about that, change in how we like to have fun, something unexpected, something unexpected around, okay, this is what I like to do. That's also possible. Obviously, you guys have still got Mars retrograding in your first house. How's that going? You think you're probably used to it at this point. And it's out of the square to Chiron, but it's nearly over. It's actually not moving past 17 degrees. So 23rd, on the 23rd, that is going to come to a standstill. So watch out for something happening around the 23rd of February to do with your frustrations over the past few months, okay? Just watch out for something that happens around the 23rd. If you've been waiting for something or you've been frustrated about something, you might gain some clarity around then. So yes, full moon, finances, what's important to me, maybe even a realization about your self-worth and what is my value. It could be that you suddenly decide to put your prices up because there's been a change in how you value yourself. That's also possible. Oh, you guys get the Hierophant. I love the artwork on this card. It's so beautiful. I love these cards. They're called the Good Tarot. If anyone is interested, they're called the Good Tarot, and they give every single tarot card a positive affirmation. And I love them. I'm so drawn to them, even though I can't ever quite remember the the details of every single one on a deep level. But anyway, spiritual practice. When this card appears, it reminds me to be committed to a spiritual practice, to ensure a conscious contact to my higher power. When I have a daily practice of prayer and meditation, steeped in gratitude and committed to being a co-creator, life works out in wondrous ways. Rituals are in my highest good at this time. Exchanging vows is also highlighted. So it can, because we're talking about the financial houses here, it can be encouraging you to actually develop a spiritual practice around money manifestation, possibly. If you're going through financial difficulties, or if something's coming to you, maybe you're manifesting it, but it's encouraging you to obviously develop a spiritual practice, Cancer, especially with Jupiter in your 12th. But maybe it's saying to you that you can manifest your financial situation, but make sure that you're having a daily practice to tap into spirit. So let me know what's going on for you, Cancer. Let me know your thoughts, and I will see you in the next video. Hi, Leo. This is your time to shine. Are you guys feeling extra flirty, extra dramatic? In my head, it just came 30, flirty, and thriving. That's just the phrase I got. Okay, so you guys are used to this energy. It's Leo energy. You know it. Full moon in your first house is something about the realization of your life direction or your physical body. I can't help but feel that Leos have been going through a bit of a difficult time. The reason I say that is because you've had Mars retrograding in your 12th house, which isn't always easy. And, you've had a lot with Pluto in your 7th, and Mars has been opposing that. And there's just a lot of activation of 1st and 7th house. And you've had a lot of 8th house transits recently as well, which has been propelling you towards kind of your own personal transformation. So a full moon, it's a realization, it's culmination, it's the ending, it's something coming to light, some news coming to you. This can be about your physical body. This can be about your life direction, but with the sun ruling this in your 7th house, for a lot of you, this is going to involve another person, a partner, a business partner, a romantic partner, any significant one-on-one relationships. This can even be like a best friend or like a parent or someone that you have a really significant relationship with. One-on-one can come under the 7th house. For a lot of you, if you are in relationships, how are you? Are you okay with Pluto having moved into your 7th? What is going on? The full moon itself is squaring Uranus in your 10th house. So this can be a sudden change to your status. This can be a sudden relationship status change. This can be a sudden change in your career, because if you're working with clients or if you're working with people one-on-one, that can be a sudden ending. So it could be the ending of a client. It doesn't have to be anything really dramatic, by the way, even though we're talking about Leo, so it might be a little bit dramatic, but it can just be like a client leaves you unexpectedly. A client says, right, I don't want to work with you anymore, and that's it. It can be a partner says to you, I can't do this anymore, and there could be a change in your status. Your own personal chart would need to kind of support that, but that is possible. Now, Mercury is here. So this is speaking towards communication with your partner or contracts with your partner, signing something, maybe having counseling, maybe talking to somebody or doing something unconventional, Aquarius, with your partner in order to move forward. Your body, this is the moon in the 1st house is the body. Realization about your physical health is possible. A realization about the direction of your life is possible, but it's just because the sun rules you and it's in the 7th. So directly it is importing topics more into you and another person. So what's going on in your one-on-one relationships right now in terms of the people that you're working with, the people that you are involved with, and the people that you have important relationships with. This is also the house of open enemies. So you can realize somebody that's actually you thought was your friend and is now a friend becomes a foe, or realize, okay, this person is not with me, they're actually against me. That is possible, especially with Pluto having moved into your 7th. Sudden realization that actually this person is not supportive of me. It's quite the opposite for some of you. That's going to be not all of you. Now, again, it really kind of depends. Do you have any personal planets around 24 degrees? If you don't, this might just be something really tiny. You might not notice anything horrendously. But with Mars retrograding in your 12th house, there's an element of what's going on behind the scenes that you need to heal and you need to let go of, to do with your family or to do with your beliefs and where you're headed. There's an element of Mars in your 12th house is your mental health. This is really letting something go, and this story has been going on. So I'm just thinking, like, what's been going on in your life and your life direction? What are you trying to heal? What are you trying to let go of? Have secrets come out? Because you've had all this energy in the 8th house, maybe there's been some secrets, maybe there's been some element of relationships transforming in some way. And the full moon is ending something or bringing your attention to something, or you are having a personal realization about something, okay? And it's going to involve the direction of your life and the direction involving another person. So let me know, Leo, in the comments if you're happy to share what is going on for you. What is happening for you? What is going on with your relationships? You guys get, oh Christ, you guys get the Tower. Let me read this is all about, I'll read what it says to you because this puts it. Okay, surprises. Things happen really fast when this card shows up in a reading. Its appearance could portend a total paradigm shift or a sudden upheaval that takes something away in order for something better to take its place. So this is like the Pluto card, okay? So this is everything's coming down in order to rebuild, and that's why I just said, oh Jesus, sorry if there's really religious people in here. Didn't mean to blaspheme, but that's why Pluto in your 7th house is very much about transformations with the significant people in your life. I've been through this transit myself. It can be difficult, and just this full moon is just highlighting something about you, and this is why you're getting this card. So something better is coming, okay? It could be that I've had an epiphany. Whatever it is, this card tells me unexpected events will be very interesting and offer opportunities for positive transformation if I remain present with my eyes open. Now, something that you guys have to remember, and this is going to be my advice, if you are going through a harsh Pluto transit with Pluto in your 7th, as in, have you got any planets here? Have you got any planets at the beginning? You know, is your ascendant at the beginning of Leo? Have you got any planets at the beginning of Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, or Scorpio? Because being true to yourself is going to be important in this time, because if you do not, if you try and go along, if you try and fake it, if you try and pretend everything's fine when it's not, Pluto will take that away from you. And so my best advice with a Pluto transit is to be as authentic as you possibly can and do the shadow work, and then you will be rewarded and things will rebuild. This all sounds a bit dramatic, but we're talking about Leo moon here. So yeah, let me know how this is playing out for you guys, and I wish you all the best, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. You guys are experiencing this full moon in Leo in your 12th house. Okay, so a full moon in the 12th house, sorry, I can't get my words out. A full moon in the 12th house is highlighting something that you need to let go of, something that you need to heal. This is your subconscious mind being highlighted. It is a full moon, so something should be illuminated, although this is the house that we can't necessarily see what's going on. Something hidden, something we don't know. Now, the sun that rules this is in your 6th house of health and your routines. So really, for a lot of you, this is going to be health based. This is going to be, okay, I'm realizing something about my health. I'm realizing what I need to heal. You've got Mercury here. So it could be that you're having appointments, you're having doctor's appointments, you're having discussions with healthcare practitioners. And under the full moon, you can move forward, you can finish something up, you can finalize something, or you're realizing something. You're realizing, okay, this is how we're stepping forward. This is what we need to do. This is how we're moving forward. Obviously, you've got Pluto in this house as well. So this is transforming your health, your routines. It can be a realization about the routines and your schedules. Maybe you're realizing that you're having to change your schedules, you're having to move things around, but it's directly connected to your mental health, because this is the house of your mental health, your subconscious. So you can be feeling a little bit kind of sensitive under this full moon, should we say. 12th house is very sensitive. It can be that you want to do things behind closed doors. You know, this is the house of spirituality and your connection to your higher self. You could be wanting to go and see a psychic. You could be wanting to meditate. You could be wanting to do Reiki. You can be wanting to go to a retreat or a yoga or a spa under this full moon, and it's going to be something unexpected. So it can be an unexpected breakthrough in your health. It can be an unexpected realization about your health. It can be an unexpected trip to a healing center, to somewhere that's secluded. For some of you, it can be something, you know, you're going to visit someone in a hospital, you're going to visit someone in a prison, you're going to visit somebody that is shut away themselves, with the square to Uranus in the 9th. Something unexpected, but it's going to be a breakthrough, and it's going to tie in your beliefs. So yes, a forward movement with your spiritual beliefs, a forward movement with your beliefs around, you know, whether it's astrology, changing your beliefs about astrology. But for a lot of you, it is going to directly involve your health, because of the Mercury piece being appointments and contracts and doctors and conversations about your health, conversations about healing, conversations about how to let something go. How can you release self-sabotaging behaviors or behaviors that are no longer serving you? Health habits, you know, eating badly, drinking too much, doing substances that are not aligned with your future self. Pluto's moved into your 6th. So this is all about transforming around your health, holistic healing, and really, really understanding what's important about your body. And the full moon is going to be bringing that to light. So let me know what's been going on for you, Virgo. I'm trying to think if I covered everything. So the 12th house is hidden enemies. So it can be for some of you somebody unexpected, you know, an unexpected hidden enemy coming out from behind the scenes. It can be dramatic style because it's Leo. It can also involve children, the topics of children, because it's Leo for some of you. Secrets about your children or conversations about children or healing something to do with fertility is also possible with the full moon here. Yeah, getting your, you know, an element of your schedules and your routines, because you're releasing something. But for some, yeah, it's going to be something to do with appointments, hospital appointments, or realizing something about your health and your schedules and how you're going to move forward but the square to Uranus is a sudden breakthrough or a sudden change in those topics. Ace of Fire, it's the beginning. Even though it's a full moon, we're beginning something here. So it is looking like more like some sort of breakthrough, the start of something. I love that Ace of Fire. It's like a brand new idea. Again, it's Leo, so remember there's a lot of creative energy here. Sorry, I can't find the page. Queen of Fire, Ace of Fire. Spirit-powered action, inspired transformation, and access to co-creative power. When I feel my connection to spirit, I see unlimited potential for transformation. There is no reason to fear because I am supported fully in imagining something new and daring to make it happen. This is a time to dream big. I can be bold and free because spirit inspires me to turn my dreams into reality. So whatever breakthrough you've had, you are being encouraged. There's a start. You can manifest alongside. We are co-creators, that we can always be manifesting. So there's a new beginning here. There's a breakthrough in terms of pets, health, healing, releasing something in order to start something new. And you are the co-creator of this future reality for you. So good luck, Virgos. Let me know how it goes. What's been happening over the past week? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Hi, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You guys are experiencing this full moon in Leo in your 11th house. This is your groups. This is your friendships, the groups and organizations that you're a part of. This is the house of humanity, humanitarian projects, charity work, and it's your goals for the future, like your money goals and your dreams for the future. Now, there can be a realization here about your friendships. There can be a change in your friendships. It can be an unexpected transformation with the square to Uranus in your 8th, an unexpected transformation within the groups and friends you're a part of. Maybe you're leaving a group or an organization if you're part of a I know I always use this example. I can't think of any other examples when I talk about groups, and in my mind I'm like, oh, a gym group or a library group. If anyone's got any examples of other groups that they are a part of, let me know. Whatever groups you're a part of, whether it be a dance group, chess group, a book club, whatever it is, that can be a dramatic ending or finishing or a realization about one of those groups. Now, it can be a realization about the fun that you're having. The sun is ruling this full moon, and it's in your 5th house of fun, of creativity. What do you do for fun? What groups are you a part of for fun? And it can be this realization of, okay, I want to go and join this because I actually really want to start expressing myself. I want to start a dance class. I want to start singing lessons. I want to start, karaoke club, whatever it is. Those are just some examples, but Leo is obviously very creative and expressive. So maybe it's something like that. But there's an element of, I want to do something for fun. I'm going to travel somewhere with a group of friends for fun. I'm going to travel with a partner. Me and a partner are going to do a group tango class, me and a partner, because these elements in your 5th house, this is also your romantic house. So it can suggest that you and a partner are having conversations about doing something together, or you're having conversations about children, and maybe you're having to maybe you're going to an antenatal group. It can be something like that, or something unexpected as well. So it's something that comes out of the blue. This is also, like I said, so a realization about your goals and your dreams for the future. Maybe your dreams and your goals around children, maybe your dreams and your goals around money and business. But this full moon is highlighting it. What are you wanting to create? What do you want to create? Where are you traveling with a partner? What groups are you a part of? What groups are you ending? But really, it's about what you do for fun, what you're building, what you're creating, whether it be children, a business, whatever, but a realization about that. And maybe a change is coming and an ending is coming under this full moon, and you're deciding to do something different, finish it up, and start something new. You guys get the five of Earth. Okay, so 5s are about being stuck, but Earth is about your finances. So let me read you the positive affirmation. So it says, alternative forms of abundance, the illusion of lack, and overlooked treasures. All is not as it seems, so this is a time to look again. A change in perception can help me bring into focus the results I sought, just in a different form than expected. I am called to move away from poverty consciousness and open my eyes to treasures before me that are suddenly illuminated. The illusion of wealth gives way to true abundance. There is no need to fear that the rug will be pulled out from underneath me. What we draw attention to grows. So I count my blessings and realize I have far more than I thought. I've come far in my quest for building up what I need, and even more opportunities for experiencing abundance await. So this really is about seeing what you have, being grateful for what you have, putting in a gratitude practice around your money, around what you have, because you have so much around you that maybe something has ended here and you're finding it difficult to stay positive. And you're being asked to realize that you already have everything, and you're being asked to realize that. So let me know, Libra, if that resonates. Let me know your thoughts, what's happened over the past week, and I will see you guys in the next video. Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. You guys are having this full moon in Leo in your 10th house. Now, this is an angular house, so this is going to be felt more strongly by you guys because it's a square to you. It squares you, so it's more kind of dynamic. Realization about your career, squaring Uranus in your 7th. So this can be the ending of something, the change of something, something coming to light. Maybe you're having an argument with your boss under this full moon. It's dramatic. So an argument with your boss, having to stand up for yourself at work, having to do something, it could involve a creative project or something that you're trying to put out, but there's an element of tension with the square to Uranus. So a change, you could want to break free, you could want to leave your job, you could change your job, you could end your job, you could start a new job. But Mercury is over here with the sun, and the sun rules this. So it's tying in your 4th house in some way. So either it's tying in your emotions and how you really feel. Maybe you're being asked to stick up for yourself. Maybe you're being asked to actually, okay, how do I feel about this? And you're having to stick up for yourself. Maybe you're ending working at home. Maybe you're starting working at home more. Conversations within the home about your career. Conversations about working at home more, or conversations with your family about your career can come up. But basically it's highlighting your 4th house and your 10th house. There's an element of how much time am I spending at home? How much time am I spending at work? Is it affecting my relationship with the square to Uranus? Some changes. The moon itself is in the 10th house. So the theme is around your career and your public status and your reputation. Changes to your public reputation, changes to your relationship status are possible. So it can be breakups, it can be committed relationships. You have just had a lot of energy with the North Node and Venus and Neptune in your 5th house. Maybe you've met somebody new and suddenly you've got this whirlwind romance and you're in a relationship. That's possible for some of you. But the square to Uranus is something unexpected, or it can be a breakthrough in your career, a breakthrough in being seen. You guys, especially if you run your own business, you could be really busy under this full moon. A full moon in the 10th house can be like loads of clients, people need your attention, having to, being seen. If you work on social media, for example, just becoming seen. So that's really good. But with the square to Uranus in your 7th, it can involve other people or business partnerships, people that you work with, clients. But yeah, something coming to light, something finishing, but there's also the element of how do I feel about this? What's happening? How much time am I working at home? And there's pulling in this home factor as well. So Scorpio, let me know if you know what is going on under this full moon. What's happened over the past week? Have you had any changes to your relationship status, your career, are you becoming a parent? Is also possible because you've got all this energy in your 5th house of children. Maybe you're suddenly becoming a parent, and that is what the realization about you, that's the status change in the 10th house. You guys get the 6 of fire, another fire card. It always makes me laugh when like the element always comes out in these when I do these. So 6 of fire, stepping into the limelight, 10th house, being an enlightened influencer. I generously model my transformation so that others might be inspired. I put my light atop a hill so it can shine forth, helping others to find their way. I remain aware of shadows and people who have trouble basking in the warm light of higher awareness. I bless them, but I do not dim my own beacon. It's a time to renew my trust that I am contributing to the highest good of all in my own unique way. So staying away from negativity is important. But you've got the potential here to become kind of well known and to really increase your career. So good, congratulations if that is you guys. And let me know what is happening, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising. You guys are experiencing the full moon in your, oh, hold on, let me just, sorry, I had to put it around the other way because it moved. Okay, so full moon is happening in your 9th house. This is a house that's familiar to you. It's the Sagittarius house, and it's also in a fellow fire sign. So this is generally kind of a harmonious full moon for you guys, being fire. Now, full moon in the ninth house, this is your house of adventure. This is your lens into the world. This is your belief systems, whether it's spiritual beliefs, religious beliefs, astrological beliefs, whatever belief systems you have, you're going to have a realization around this. So it can be a sudden change in your beliefs. It can be a breakthrough in your beliefs. It can be something that you're working on or something that you're putting out into the world. So are you working on a project? Are you broadcasting something? Are you trying to publish something? That can all come under this. This is the house of teaching and learning. So maybe you're learning something. Maybe you're finishing up a course. Maybe you are finishing up a piece of writing, a piece of creative writing. Maybe you are traveling somewhere unexpected with the square to Uranus. Even though we've got this square to Uranus in your sixth house, and actually maybe for some of you, you're realizing something about your travel plans, or you're deciding to travel somewhere, and it could affect your work and your routines, or you can't travel somewhere because you're unwell. That's also possible with the square to Uranus in the sixth. Like maybe you've got travel plans but you can't go because you're not well, or you're unexpectedly going away. Conversation. So the sun rules this, is in the third house. So this is about communication, connection, siblings. This is conversations with siblings, conversations, having to see the other person's point of view, maybe dramatic conversations. This is, like I said, it's short trips, it's maybe traveling abroad, it's learning something, furthering your mind and thinking outside the box. You could be having a new sense of, okay, what are my thoughts around this? What are my beliefs? But really, there's going to be some sort of realization about your beliefs, and there's going to be maybe a sudden change, a sudden breakthrough in travel plans. For some of you, like I said, if you've been learning something, maybe it's coming to an end, you're finalizing it, and it's got something to do with your, maybe you're learning something at work, maybe you're having to take a higher ed course or something. Sudden abrupt ending, or you're suddenly being asked to learn something. This is also the house of the law. For some of you, like speeding fines, that kind of thing can come under here, especially with these aspects in your third house. Like you've been speeding and you've been caught, and now you get a fine, because ninth house is legal matters. Wisdom. This is the house of wisdom. You guys know about this because this is your house. So yeah, what's been happening over the last week in terms of travel plans, your beliefs, and things that you have been consuming for your mind? Are you seeing things on a more positive scale now? Or are you overthinking and feeling a bit anxious, which is more third house? The ninth house is seeing things, seeing the bigger picture and being more positive. The third house is focusing too much on the details and becoming anxious. So there's an element of having to balance this out, and these things are going to be highlighted under this full moon. Oh, you guys get the love card. That's nice. Love. You are loved. You are loved. So this is oneness. In all of life, there is only the illusion of separation. In fact, we are all reflections of one another. When I make choices, I tend to see things as either or. What if every choice I make is about an experience, a sharing, and an exploring? When I choose to see the unity in all things, magic abounds. Love is all around me. Spirit loves me unconditionally, and I can give and receive abundant love. Oh, okay. So you're being encouraged to love yourself and love others, and you're being encouraged that you have a lot of love around you from your spirits, from your angels, from your spirit guides. So I'll show you that card again. So just soak up the love. You're being loved, Saggies. Right, what's happened over the past week to challenge your beliefs, or in terms of legal stuff? Could just be like something really boring, like you're sorting out your paperwork and legal matters. It can just be really something like that. But yeah, let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Capricorn, sun, moon, and rising. You guys are experiencing this full moon in Leo in your 8th house. So this is a sensitive house. It's a house that's not familiar with you. It's quincunx. So there's always some adjustments when we have a quincunx. You're having to adjust something. The 8th house is our psychology. So it's a mental health. So sometimes we can be kind of having deep thoughts when we have full moons here, or feeling a bit sensitive. So it's just something to know if you guys are feeling a bit intense or not quite yourself. The best way to describe it is you're just not feeling right. A lot of that can happen a lot with 8th house stuff, a full moon especially. but things are coming to light. So on the one hand, these are the financial houses that are being activated. So a full moon in the 8th house can be a realization about your partner's money, a realization about joint resources, having to pay something off, having to pay a fine, having to pay your taxes, having to pay, there's an element of having to pay something or realizing something, setting something up in terms of joint finances, arranging your finances, because the ruler of this is the sun and it's over here in your 2nd house. So there's a focus on what you earn, what you value, what you're bringing to the table, and what other people are earning, and how you're on your partner's money, for example. And if you don't have a partner, it can just be any form of shared resources or how other people help you with things. It doesn't have to just be money. It's how are other people helping you, a realization. But with Mercury here, conjunct your sun, there can be an element of wanting to organize your finances, conversations about your financial matters. With the square to Uranus, is something unexpected could be happening. So it can be an unexpected bill. It can be an unexpected windfall from your partner. Maybe they've won a lottery ticket or a scratch card, that kind of thing. It can be you're having to take money out, you're having to borrow money, maybe for something to do with one of your children, square to Uranus, or conversations about money if you were to have a child or have another child, that kind of thing, as an element of what you're spending on fun, what you're spending on creativity, what you're spending on children. What is important to us? What do we value? What do we value? Conversations about that. Now, the 8th house is also divination. So anything occult, so anything metaphysical, so psychics, ghost hunting, astrology can come under this house, tarot cards, all of that thing that we cannot see and touch. You're having a realization or you're having an interest. So maybe you are suddenly going to like a spooky tarot night. Maybe you are getting interested, or you are deciding that you're finishing up a course around tarot. For some of you, is possible. Doing something fun involving the occult and divination is possible. But if not, this is the house of your psychology, and this is the house of secrets. And so things can be brought to the surface. You can just be thinking about your own transformation. You can be thinking about your own behavior. Why do I behave this way? Why do I act this way? All of this stuff can be dug up. This is the house of death and transformation. Sounds a bit dramatic, but there can be an unexpected change in your own transformation. And very, very few of you, there can be an unexpected passing of somebody in your life. Please don't worry, that is only going to happen if you've got other factors in your chart suggesting so. But this is the house of death. But most of the time, it's your own death of something. So your own transformation of something in your life, or realization about yourself and your own behavior, because it's how am I improving? This is the house of Pluto. How am I transforming? How am I improving? But with the square to Uranus, it's something unexpected. So an unexpected realization about an unexpected realization about your psychology or how you think, or your mental health, an unexpected something unexpected, or a breakthrough in therapy. Perfect example, a breakthrough in therapy. Okay. So it's either going to be financial or it's going to be something deep. They don't have anything in common. But it is really about, metaphysical stuff we can't see, coming to light, clearing. Okay. This is one of the houses of healing. It's one of the healing houses. So this is, you can see a lot of energy healing in this house. So magic, healing through magic, witchcraft, all that kind of stuff. So maybe you're doing some healing under this full moon is possible. Oh, wow. You guys get the call card. Okay. So beautiful. Let me read you the positive affirmation. So, purpose and true prosperity. I have everything I need right now to move forward with purpose. I'm being called into a deeper and more authentic relationship with myself, with my higher power, and with others. I am here for a reason. I'm required to step forward into my true self, expressing that through my actions. I need to trust that my life has a purpose, that I am enough, and that within me is a divine blueprint that has meaning for myself and others. So that is so appropriate for these houses, because this is the house of your self-worth. This is the house of going deeper. So there's an element of trusting that there is more to life than the physical realm. So that's going to be relevant for some of you. Let me know in the comments what's happened over the past week. And I will see you guys in the next one. Aquarius. So this is relevant for you guys because this is happening in your opposite sign. A full moon in Leo highlights you with the sun being in your house and another person. This is a realization. This is the ending of something. This is something happening in a partner's life or a significant other person. If you're not in a relationship, it's somebody significant in your life, like a business partnership, a best friend, a parent, someone that you have a close one-on-one relationship with can show up in this house. This is also the house of open enemies. So realization about, you know, okay, that person doesn't like me, things coming to light. It is Leo, so it's dramatic. So it can be, you know, arguments with other people, arguments with your partner, things coming to light with your partner or significant people. Now, there's a square to Uranus in your fourth. So it can be an unexpected change with your partner and your home and your living situation. So something's happening. Maybe you're suddenly deciding to renovate your home, or your partner's changing something within your home, or something's happening that's affecting your home life. Something's happening with your partner that's affecting your home life. Maybe you're having to move. Maybe you're having a realization. But the ruler of this is the sun, and the sun is over here with Mercury. So this is directly conversations, feeling busy, trips, conversations with a partner, information, having to communicate, having to sign contracts, maybe suddenly signing a contract, maybe suddenly finishing up something with a partner or a business partner. Yeah, signing contracts is possible. But the square to Uranus is suggesting that maybe you want to break free, or maybe you want to do something different, or maybe you're feeling rebellious. That can all happen with a square to Uranus. It could also be something happening in your partner's life. It could just be something happening in their life that's out of the blue and that you didn't see coming. So something happening with a partner that you didn't see coming is possible. But with the sun and Mercury in your first house, you are focused at the moment on yourself, on your goals, on where you're headed. You are having new ideas come to you. You've just had Mercury conjunct the sun in your first house. This is about fresh ideas, fresh information around your life direction and where you're headed. Maybe you're having conversations with a partner about that, and that's going to be what's happening under this full moon. Sudden unexpected conversation with your partner, and you're saying, right, this is what I do, this is where I want to go, can you help me get there? And there's just, you know, a big conversation going on under this full moon. So you guys get the 10 of fire. That's the second time that's come out. This is about juggling too much. Maybe you're juggling too much and it's putting a lot of stress on your relationship, or you're having to have a conversation with your partner about how they need to help you, because I can't even find the fire card. Hello. Yeah, maybe you're having to have a conversation with them about having to help you. Burning away, releasing the excess, endings clear way for beginnings. I may be overcommitted and have taken on too many burdens. In this moment, I do the work of decluttering my life. All that I release will take new form and serve the greater whole, but I no longer need to hold on to it simply because it once seemed to have value for me. I thank it for what it did for me, but say goodbye to the emotions, relationships, and situations that I realized did not belong in my life anymore. So for some of you, it's the ending of a relationship, obviously not all of you, or it's the ending of a certain way that you're showing up in a relationship, or they're showing up for you. So let me know, Aquarius, what's gone on over the past week? Has anything happened? And I will, yeah, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Sorry, Pisces, sun, moon, and rising. You guys are experiencing this full moon in your sixth house. Okay, this is your health, your routines, your diet plans, your schedules, how you go about your day. This is your work, your daily work, and your pets. So a full moon is a realization. It's something coming to light, and it's the ending of something. Now, for some of you, this is going to be health related. So a realization about your health. A breakthrough within your health. Now, it's squaring Uranus in the third. So for a lot of you, this is going to be appointments, same as Virgo, because it's opposite, but similar, because both of these houses are being activated. Your 12th house of healing and your 6th house of health. Squaring Uranus in your third, this is about errands and trips, sudden breakthroughs in something to do with your health. Conversations with a health practitioner, hospital appointments are going to be relevant for a lot of you. Sudden hospital appointments. Maybe you've been waiting ages for an appointment, and now you've got a breakthrough and you've got your appointment booked. That's going to be happening for a lot of you. Sudden referrals, that kind of thing. The sun rules this, and it's in your 12th house. So at the moment, there's an element of going within, healing something, and just needing to be a bit more introspective and think about what it is that you actually need and what it is that your body needs. I dropped the tarot card. Now, Mercury being close to this full moon is about conversations, information, contracts. Like I said, filling out forms is possible. And breakthroughs, because Mercury rules, like, all the conversations we have with like our doctors, our clinicians, and all that kind of stuff comes under Mercury because it's communication and connection. So there's definitely an element of, okay, I'm getting to talk to this doctor, I'm getting to sign this paperwork, I'm taking the steps, I'm taking a trip to a clinic, I'm making a breakthrough with my health. All of those things are possible. This could also be a realization about your work. So the environment that you work in is 6th house. So having to go over details around a project you're working on, having to really communicate with the people in your office, something unexpected happening in the office, a change, something coming to light, a project coming up that's maybe requires a lot of detail is possible. Do you work in anything kind of Aquarian, like sciencey stuff or parts or that kind of stuff is possible. I mean, the fact that it's a full moon in Leo, there can be some dramatic things going on in the office for some of you. Finishing up a project, finishing up something you've been working on, having a breakthrough, having an unexpected client come in, or something unexpected happening in the office with the square to Uranus. This is also your house of pets. So it can be some challenges within your pets, maybe having to say goodbye or lose a pet as possible with the Sun and Mercury in your 12th. Having to let something go, having to heal something, conversations behind closed doors about your pets is possible. What else is this? Is also the house of service to others. Talking about how can I be of service to other people, and those conversations coming up, and suddenly deciding that you want to do something really humanitarian is possible. You want to help other people heal. But for a lot of you, this will be health related. So let me know, Pisces, what's been going on over the past week. Have you been having conversations about your health? Have you been visiting hospitals? Have you been having breakthroughs? Are you traveling? Are you going to different appointments? How are your schedules changing? Because this is also the house of like your routines. So a sudden change in your routines. How do you get to work? Changes in how you get to work, changes in your schedule and the times and things like that can all change under this full moon with a square to Uranus. So yeah, let me know. Let me know in the comments. So you guys get the 3 of air, also known as the 3 of swords. This is about your thought processes. Let me just read the affirmation to you because it puts it in a bit more of a positive light, because the air cards can be a bit more challenging. So this is silver linings, natural departures, rejection is God's protection. A third party helps me to see the truth of this situation. What is truly mine can never be withheld from me. Rejection is spirit's protection. It's in my best interest to let go and allow for something better to take its place. It is my highest good to see the truth regarding of my temporary discomfort. This too shall pass. So for some of you, obviously that's a slightly more challenging card for some of you. It can be speaking towards a loss, like I said, maybe the loss of a pet, or maybe the loss of, maybe you're having to accept something about your physical health is possible. But just remember that spirit is God's, spirit's rejection. Rejection is spirit's protection. So just always trust that everything is always happening exactly as it's supposed to. Everything is always happening exactly as it's supposed to, and repeat that to yourself. And if you are going through a hard time, then I'm sending you my love. And if not, then this is just going to be something really small regarding your routines. But let me know in the comments. Let me know what's going on for you, and I hope you got some value from that. Don't forget to give your thumbs up, and please help me reach 2,000 subscribers. I would love you forever if you guys did that. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know how it resonates. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.